I wanted to focus on that fact that we've all really come from other places. Also, I wanted to focus on why. A lot of times we know how or when, but not necessarily why. And I think it's the why that has the most emotional impact for me personally, because you know that there wasn't just they decided one day to pick up and just leave. There were really good reasons. Maybe there was persecution. Maybe there were economic reasons. There were famines. And so owing to circumstances is my previous show that did then inspire this show. And almost everybody has a powerful story in their family. Maybe you can also ask your family about where you came from and why. Why did your family come to the United States? So this one says, my grandfather arrived around 1860, escaping pogroms in Russia. Those pogroms are usually when Jewish people were persecuted in the 19th and some in the 20th century. He lived a successful life in New York City, becoming the father of 11 children who survived childhood. He buried his first wife, who died during childbirth. His second wife survived him. So here's another one that also is hung. My family descends mostly from Ireland around 1910. Dark times. It says, my family came to the United States of America in the 1970s looking for an education and a better life to start a family. My father's earliest childhood memory is hearing gunfire in the streets after partition, and I think this is referring to Pakistan and India. Our family hails from Bangladesh, Kolkata, New Delhi. So I am a proud Bengali Indian American. My brother and I were born here. I wish people could understand we are all connected by more than we know. Just as the stars shine unseen in the day, all that we write, do, sing, and say pushes us out in the world past where one can but go. I've been inspired over the years by poets and others, and so this is just one more level of sharing. I wanted also to have the poets themselves speak to us, because I think a lot of times it's a very powerful thing to continue a dialogue about what is America and how we sort of created and recreated each day that we live in it. I wanted to show a range of voices, of different voices. And also I was looking for manuscripts and things that are handwritten. And we all use computers nowadays to write whatever it is we write. I know I do. I rarely handwrite something, but if it's of importance, I do handwrite it. I love literature, and I would love for people to have more of a relationship to our past, our collective past, and our collective past is primarily written down by people. So poetry, I think, is an amazing way to get at the heart of something, as is visual art too. But I think poetry is often a neglected art form. And so there's several poets there, and I think that is a important part of what the agenda, shall we say, of the show is. For instance, you can see this is not from that show, but it is projected. So this started as just a plain piece of white paper. Then I used acrylic to stain it, because it's actually a historical document. This is a poem draft by Walt Whitman called Life and Death. He went in, you can see it was sent May 19th, who knows when exactly, it was probably 50s or 60s. I enjoy things like the whole crossing out process. You can see his thought process because it's a draft, right? So he starts out the two old simple, puts up simple problems ever. And then he crosses out a bunch of things and then puts in by each successive age. And then he crosses out the words passed on to ours today, and we pass on the same. Close home, elusive. He crosses out the words simple, present, baffled, grappled, and then he crosses out fooled and baffled again. So, I mean, it shows his thought process in his editing, which is part of the artistic process for him. So I love that. So I projected this from a computer. I happen to have an image, digital image from the internet. I project that onto the paper, and then this ended up being Conte crayon with some outlining of charcoal primarily.